music, give me the music. Hey, just give me the music, give me the music. The music industry makeover.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome
Yeah,
to the Music Industry Makeover. Yes, hey, the crew's in the house. What's going on, fellas?
Going on.
D. Ray, Rico, Vince.
Another Friday, another Thursday. We're glad to be here, man.
Thank God. Thank
Thank
God.
God.
Amen.
Yes, another day of life. Praise God. Awesome. So, hey, you all are just tuning in. Thank you so much. Make sure you go and share this out with as many folks as possible. We are the Music Industry Makeover. If you want to contact us, go to our website, all right, musicindustrymakeover.com. Visit our website. We have a lot of great things there for you. And we are a network marketing company. Excuse me, no, we're not a network marketing company, but we are a communications company. So that does marketing promotions and a lot of other great things. All right. And matter of fact, let's go. Don't forget Friday nights. Hey, in the box. Go ahead, Rico. Tell us what's going on with that.
So in the box every Friday night, man, we actually have our artists on, and we talk about it's for all creatives. We just want to better help you expand, help you to grow as well. We on actually Roku and Amazon Fire Stick as well, and just every Friday night, man, at 9 p.m. Man, just tune in.
Awesome. Yes, you don't want to miss out on it. It's a great show, man. And also, too, we're on Roku as well and Amazon Fire Stick. Yes, the Music Industry Makeover. That's the logo. That's the image that you'll see right there. So go and add us. Go download the app. Go to your store channel. Again, check us out. We are the Music Industry Makeover. We give God all praise and honor. And we say hello to everyone that's tuned in over in other different countries, Venezuela, England, man, Africa. Again, thank you all so much for allowing us to come into your homes. All right.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of love, man. A lot of love, different places, man.
Yes.
Thank God.
It's good.
Thank God. Definitely.
Humble.
We don't take that.
We really get a lot of love from Virginia.
Oh, really? Virginia in the house.
Man.
All right.
Virginia, boy, like everybody in your state, man, tuning in, man. So it's
wow.
good.
Well, thank you, Virginia, for the love. All right. Hey, Music Industry Makeover, and you artists that are tuned in. Hey, we definitely want to help you out there. Okay. Definitely. So again, that's the musicindustrymakeover.com. Make sure you go and check us out. Go visit our website, and you got any questions, inbox us. We would love to connect with you. All right. And other than that, hey, we're going to get right into it because this is what we do. We are the Music Industry Makeover. And man, we enjoy coming to you every Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Okay. So we're going to get right into it. Yes. And D. Ray with the industry news. Going to get started with that. Go ahead, D. Ray.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, good evening. So, first topic up, DJing through the pandemic. How the electronic dance community is leading the industry in the live streaming. This was a blog that was released by Rob McDaniels, who's the CEO of Beatport. And one of the things that he said that I found intriguing that I wanted to ask our resident DJ about was that history has shown us that periodic shocks to the global system can actually accelerate certain dormant or next generation ideas into the mainstream. And this has happened in a big way with live streaming since the advent of COVID-19. So, and when I read this article, I started thinking about, of course, DJ D-Nice, who basically kicked it off when his live stream was approaching 2 million, close to 2 million people, 1 million people or so. And then Questlove does it periodically. I see a lot of regional DJs, a lot of friends of mine who DJ, they go live stream and they do a live stream and they try to do their set. Unfortunately, they run into some challenges and some obstacles.
Correct.
We'll talk about a little later, but I wanted to ask our resident DJ, what do you think about these live stream DJ sets?
Man, I think it is fabulous. It needs to happen. It's a beautiful thing because music makes the world go round. All right. And that's, with all the mess that's going on in the world, music has a power to just soothe your soul, just take you away for a moment while things work itself out. And as a DJ, you're playing great music, you're setting the atmosphere, you're putting life into folks, because it also brings back some nostalgic memories as well too. It's like, wow, because we all like to travel back sometime, just remember the quote unquote good times. But yeah, it is very important for, if you're a DJ out there, that yes, you need to be live streaming your set, doing something, blessing some folks out there.
So my question would be, how, as a DJ, can you make sure you don't have copyright issues? Because that's a big thing, because a lot of DJs, man, can't really do their set. So talk about the other platforms that's available. So when you start building your base, it hurts the DJ when you get shut down.
Yeah.
Because it's copyright stuff. So what's available for DJs to be able to spin and play music, and don't have to worry about copyright infringement stuff? What's up, Mo?
Hey, Mo, how you doing?
Hey, Mo.
Man, well, I'm familiar with Mixcloud. Mixcloud is doing something, bringing the live streaming to where they work it out in agreement with the record companies. I know most DJs were doing stuff on Facebook and getting shut down, unfortunately, and there's some issues going on in the back there, which the record companies don't mind you spending, because that's promoting them. But again, when it comes to the copyright issues, Facebook don't want to pay that money. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
What it boils down to, right?
I would piggyback on that and say that is why I would say to all DJs that are listening to us, if you are having live set issues and your sets are getting shut down, give us a holler, send us a message. Let's set up a consultation, because we know ways that we can navigate you through that your set will not get shut down in the middle. There are ways that you can actually pay for licensing that Facebook can't mess with you once they have identified that you are paid your licensing. Because what a lot of people don't realize, and sometimes they just seem to forget, Facebook owns Instagram. So if D Nice and if Questlove and all of these other DJs, what is the difference between them and you? They have their paperwork together and they paid their licensing in order to do those sets. And it isn't, and I'm sorry, Ron, and it is a bit of an investment. Don't get me wrong. However, if I told you, hey, you can pay $200-300 to do your sets per year, and your fan base might increase from the 10 or 15 people that watch you on the block to 10, 20,000 people worldwide, hey, why not?
Well, you say the key thing is investing, you know what I'm saying? So whatever you do, you got to invest in yourself. Nothing in life is free. And that's part of what we're going to talk about tonight. Again, what's in it for me? Okay. Because again, if you're trying to take the easy way out, you're going to end up looking crazy, and opportunists, you won't get very far. But go ahead.
And I think in addition to, I'm sorry, in addition to what D-Ray was saying, as far as they have their paperwork together, those DJs have relationships already prior to they was spinning those records since the 80s. All right. So they already built a rapport, they built a fan base. People have came to the clubs just play their record. Others just came to be fans. So they have relationships already. So it was kind of like a bridge. It's pretty easy. Now we're speaking to the local DJ, you understand, who does not have that leverage, or do not have that bridge as of yet. Listen to these guys. They get your paperwork together, you know what I'm saying, and do follow instructions pretty much.
Hey, exactly, Vince. Hey, go ahead, Rico. What you was about to say?
I can't remember.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Danny, go ahead.
Okay, so moving on. For the past few weeks, I have been talking about TikTok. Past 3 or 4 weeks, as a matter of fact. And one of the things that I have said is that we have to keep our eye on what TikTok is doing. I said, because I felt it, and I felt my spider senses was tingling.
Spider senses.
My spider. What's up, Big Lo?
What's up, Carlos?
When I first saw about this acquisition of TikTok, my spider senses started tingling, because it was like, okay, TikTok is what Gen Y or Gen Z? I think it's Gen Y. Mo, that could be problematic too, sir. We'll talk about it if you hit us up. But so TikTok now, the new thing that they did, and they flew this under a lot of people's noses. A couple of weeks ago, they teamed up with United Masters, and now TikTok is offering music distribution to independent artists. Right now, what do you think happens if Microsoft and Walmart get a hold to TikTok and now they have distribution?
Now Microsoft and Microsoft and Walmart are owning the rights to your doggone music.
There it is.
Wow.
So now the government, because we know those two corporations are government coerced entities.
Exactly.
So those two platforms, those two organizations are totally under the auspices of government protection, or government have their hands in. So now the government owns your music. And now that's a whole nother road.
You talking about censorship? You talking about censorship?
That's a whole show.
You're talking about monitoring. You're talking about rights protection. You're talking about tracking. You're talking about data analysis. You're talking about the whole price fixing. You think Microsoft and Walmart are going to let increased streaming royalties go through the United States government? No.
Yeah, but we all know what TikTok, the issue with TikTok right now was because it's a data mining app.
Absolutely.
Right? We know what TikTok is. That's what's been the whole big issue, political issue. So that's why the government had to step in and take control of it. So that still doesn't settle the data mining issue, because now the government just owns that data. I don't know if that's good.
And the idea now, this is, I'm sorry, Vince, did you need to say something?
No.
Okay. I don't know, and this might be far-fetched, but follow me. The idea of a government-related 360 deal. And you say, wait a minute. Let's say a government 360 deal.
Okay.
The idea of a 360. Well, I say that because as I scroll down the rest of this article, Teespring is in this deal as well. Now, for independent artists that don't know, Teespring is an independent company where you get your merch together and you get your merch done. You go and you upload your design to Teespring and you get your t-shirts done. You can get your hats done. You can get all your merch done. So imagine now you have a merchandising company for independent artists, and all of it is backed by Walmart and Microsoft.
Wow.
You know, wait a minute. Now the merch part, man, that I have to wrestle with that a little bit, because before you had as a person that has a company, you had to actually walk into Walmart and say, hey, listen, I'd like to put some stuff on the shelf, and so on and so forth. But now if this company is going to turn around, I mean, if you're going to go right through the company, and sell merch through Walmart, what percentage are they asking for?
Well, see, here's the thing. Number one, we don't know if that merchandise will be for sale in Walmart. And number two, we're not necessarily saying that you will have access to their distribution channels. What I'm saying is they will own your design. They will have ownership. Once you upload it and you agree to those little bylaw agreements that a lot of independent artists don't read when you upload your stuff.
So let me interject this caveat. We know that everything that's going on with the U.S., and this is just my opinion.
Preach. Go ahead.
I look at a different set of colors sometimes. So like Danny and Ron, I kind of feel like, man, the government wants to own and control everything. This is just a part of that ownership, that taking ownership from the people.
Like a communist.
We're moving towards socialism. I actually went, I had the opportunity, man, of going on this company wanted to hire me, was thinking about hiring me, right? My skill set, and when I went into the interview, the first thing they said, we looked you up and we saw, man, you do music, man. You tied to this person, you tied to them. I'm saying, like, when does that information, man, is great, man, for an interview. So I said all that to say, we know that if you have a LinkedIn, you know, all those sites, man, are tracking you. And I'm saying this is like new information. It's just that this is just a ploy, I believe, for the government to take control. You know, even when it comes to entrepreneurship and you're trying to own stuff, because when you're an owner, when you own something, you kind of off the beaten path that everybody else have to be on. And I think with COVID-19 happening, a lot of small businesses, man, got closed down. You know, now to say, was it on purpose or not? Because there's an argument on both ends to say, hey, it was on purpose because it took away a whole market share of entrepreneurs that couldn't compete with doors closed, a lot of gyms closed. So, and I know this is not the platform for that. I'm just saying that we're just seeing a small footprint of government having their hands in everything because they want to control everything. This is
So Rico, no, you ain't wrong. Let's run through some names. Let's run through some brand names right now. Facebook, they were in front of Congress. We got Walmart, like you said. We got Microsoft, like you said. It seems, let me even add the marijuana industry. Remember that?
Well,
drug dealers, hey, the average drug dealer was making plenty of money until the government said, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? I want to cut, you know? So anytime that you're making, and I believe, I definitely agree with what Rico's saying. Anytime you're making a certain amount of money, a certain income, seemingly like the government wants to step in and say, hey, listen, well, what about us? We deserve a share. This is, and I'm not even talking about taxes. I'm not even talking about state taxes. I'm just talking about, we getting into the billions and the millions of dollars. Suddenly they got a reason to step in and interject and put their 2 cents in, to say, hey, listen, where's our share?
I agree with that. I agree with what Rico was saying. And, I study business trends. I study things that have happened before because, they say if you don't learn from your history, you're doomed to repeat it. Well, here we are again, in the early 90s, Microsoft became a power. And guess what happened to independent software companies? You look at by the mid 90s, Walmart became a power in retail sales. What happened to mom and pop stores? What happened to mom and pop record stores? So if you're looking at the trend of when big billion-dollar corporations come in and they take over something that's supposed to be touted as a independent haven, that seems to be that the fix, as they say, is in. I mean, just imagine you are artists and you're thinking, and maybe you don't know this news. Maybe you don't realize who's backing the money. You walk into this deal and say, hey, I'm going with TikTok because, they independent artists and this and that. And you don't even realize that you just signed actually a major record deal with 2 major corporations that's going to have in the government that's going to have you tied up. And like I said,
make no money
and watching your finances.
Look, I'm about to say, you artists, this is really, really a problem. And I know this is going to fall on some deaf ears.
They're not going to hear them.
I know they're not, but I'm going to try it anyway. When y'all are uploading your music, you're uploading your art to, I don't care if it's DistroKid, I don't care if it's CD Baby, TuneCore, whoever it is, y'all have got to start reading the fine print. What are you giving them the right to do? Now, if you don't get into the habit of that, you're going to mess around and you're going to upload a project that's going to have the G-Men knocking at your door.
Hey, D-Ray, how about this one? Go back and watch the movie Iron Man. When Tony Stark, and he was in front of Congress, and they said, hey, listen, you understand, we want that product. He said, it's not for sale. He said, that's mine. You can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to what Tony Stark is saying. The government want to come in and take over what he had designed.
He did.
Almost.
Yeah.
Yep.
He did.
He
And
did.
all the other Avengers
Yep.
had to follow suit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or be locked up.
And
So-
the
Yeah,
reality of it is,
Mm.
Tony Stark is worth billions of dollars in the fictional world.
Mhm.
Independent artists go aluminum in the real world, and and some of us don't have money for a 4 for 4,
Listen,
let alone fighting the government.
I
Mhm.
always say, man, that when I watch movies, because in movies, it's just not entertainment. They're actually showing you.
Right.
They're actually
right.
sneak prepping you for stuff that's coming or that's already happening. And
Subliminal.
when
Yep.
it's subliminal message, and when you watch
Right.
these movies, they're desensitizing you. So when it does pop up, you already been
You saw it
equipped,
coming. Right.
programmed, right?
Right.
You've already been navigated towards that gateway. So
Mhm.
I say that, we saw the government being involved in Chevrolet, bailing these companies out. We don't know the back end deals, but the government not gonna give you that kind of money, don't have no control. So we know the government is very much probably already on Chevrolet. And that's probably where they're trying to go to,
In the music industry.
because we look at
And can I say this, Rico? You might be on to something, because if you look at the main media powerhouses, there's only a couple of them that reside in the United States, and that's Apple and that's Google. Spotify is a Swedish company. Tidal, even though Jay-Z owns a percentage of it, is a Swedish company. And so they really, if you are one of those proponents of Make America Great Again, which we're not going to get into, you really want some competition for those two companies, especially if it's a foreign company that has market share. And so no wonder they are combining. And like I said, keep your eyes on this, because this might lead to some issues for independent artists down the line.
All right.
It ain't might. It is.
It
You
is.
just being nice about it. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000.
I'm leaving room for me to be wrong. How they say in the movies, I hope I'm wrong.
And again, this was all theories. So, but again, keep your eyes wide open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey,
That's the one thing I say about music industry makeover.
Share this one. The government has shareholders. Shareholders make investments. They're all connected to Wall Street. Government, Wall Street, they all connected. You understand? So their shareholders are gonna want something back. You understand? Out of their investment.
So ultimately, the government basically could be a music record label, pretty much.
No, it is. It is.
Basically,
that is not
that way that we say.
That is not too far fetched. If you look at London Radio 1, if you look at the media house controlled in Russia and in other countries around the globe, that is a state-run media company is not a far-fetched idea.
Listen, the government already, the people that own this country are already tied in the government. They already own the media. So that is already happening. And I'm gonna say this, man, about music industry makeover. Our job is to make you think. We are ahead of the curve. And that's why we're glad we have D-Ray, man. He's a guru. I don't think there's nobody even existing that's going to outsearch D-Ray. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
that. We're going to find out what's going on, what's happening. And I think as an independent artist, even as an entrepreneur, you need to know what's happening, because when you go and you invest money into a business, what good is it going to do for you to spend all this money to get your business up and running if there's something already behind the scenes in place that's going to stop you from getting business? COVID-19, man, happened. A lot of businesses closed. And the businesses that closed, what one company stayed open through COVID-19? Walmart didn't close, right? Walmart maybe changed hours, but they didn't close. So when we know that when the government steps in, and we know what a lot of things that happen with terrorism that's going on in the country, and I understand what's that movie, man, that came out? I know I saw 5 seasons of it. It was about artificial intelligence that was kind of watching everybody.
The Watchmen.
No. It was I can't remember the doggone name of the movie, man. And it was one of my favorite movies, to where this guy built a supercomputer, and the supercomputer evolved and was watching everybody.
You might be talking about Eagle Eye, something like that.
No, it wasn't Eagle Eye. It was something else, man.
I know what you're saying.
The supercomputer evolved, and where they was doing monitoring and intelligence, pretty much, man, everybody, man, was on the screen. They know exactly, man, what your tendencies were, and pretty much, man, social security numbers would drop, and they would know exactly, man, what you were gonna do, what your tendencies were. You know, so they could prohibit you from doing certain things. And as we look, like I went and actually bought new software for photography for editing. Everything is going towards AI. A lot of people that are hating AI right now, you can't stop AI from coming. AI is a good thing. For some people, it's a bad thing. Because some people say, because like me and Danny, we musicians, we understand music theory. We've been to college, we've been in a band, or whatever. But the thing is on one hand, AI is good because it allows you to get work completed faster, so you can get your money quicker. But then it doesn't allow a lot of technical know-how once you understand the artificial intelligence engine. Everything that we're doing is going towards AI. So when I hear people that try to stop AI, you want to get mad about it, you might as well embrace it. You're not going to stop it. And if you don't know how to evolve using the AI technology, if you don't know how to capitalize on using AI technology in your business, in your tasks, your activities, and whatever you're doing, you're not going to be able to make money. It's not going anywhere.
So as an artist, so that can affect music as well too. Artificial intelligence.
It's going to affect music.
Absolutely, because you got to look at it like this. And I'm gonna just be real. Our churches are always usually the last ones to become technologically advanced.
That is true.
And usually we have a lot of our people who are still afraid of the mark of the beast, who are afraid of chips, who are afraid of this. I had to even say my mom and I had a conversation, and she was like, I don't want to get that chip. And I said, well, Mom, if you got a driver's license, they already got your information.
Already got it.
They already got it. I'll tell you a quick little story. I know we're ready to move on. 20 years ago, I cannot believe I am this old. 20 years ago, I used to work for a company that was a call center for General Motors OnStar. So this was 1999 into 2000. And OnStar was a new technology then. And so, me being who I am, I'm learning not just the job in itself, but I'm learning the background. I want to know where OnStar came from. And so I talked to a General Motors representative that came through, and basically he told me, look, we got permission from the government to triangulate car movement in 1995. Hold on. This is where it's going to get real. In 1995, the government had been able to track vehicles since 1980. The government is always 15 to 20 years ahead of what consumers can understand. So if you think you don't even know what you're afraid of at this point.
Bro, listen, internet came out to us in the public in 79, 80. But the government was using internet since 69, military for military.
That's right.
Right. There are trucks that are in Japan that are 15 years old. We're just not getting them over here.
That's right.
So technology, I love that you said that, because that's something that people need to understand. When it comes to technology, the government is not going to allow the people, because you got a lot of smart people that do a lot of bad things with technology. Right. So they're going to go ahead 20 years ahead. So whatever we're seeing that's right now that's great, it's already old. It's 20 years old already, because they done already perfected, so they can kind of watch it and have control over it. Go ahead,
and you say, okay, what does that have to do with independent artists? Basically, what that is saying is you have to be up on your technology. If you're not a technological savvy person, you need to get with some people like the Music Industry Makeover, some people that are technologically savvy, and we need to help navigate you through this business because it's moving to digital. We're not even talking about, we're talking about Bitcoins now. We're talking about digital money. We're talking about, you know what I mean? And
hey, look at what Carlos says, man. It shows how behind we are. Well, some of us, so the church says mom's church doing church 3-way calling or so, and not a conference call, not a Zoom, just everybody call somebody on 3-way. Man, I ain't heard 3-way calling in years.
Listen, I have
the easiest way. I'm gonna tell you right now. Look at McDonald's and Walmart. You understand? When you go in there to go shopping or whatever, so on and so forth, you can order your food online now. You understand? On an app.
What? That's right, William. Yeah.
Look how fast look how fast the times are changing.
The times are changing so fast. I've walked into a McDonald's in Augusta, Georgia, and there were no people behind the counter.
How about that?
It was touch screens in the lobby. And it was just people back there cooking food. And I'm standing there being who I am. It's like, how long is it going to be before the robots are back there flipping burgers?
They already got the robots. They already got them. They already got the robots.
So from a staff that was, let's just use 50, have a staff of 50, then cut down to 25.
No, probably cut down to 5. And the real money now is not working at McDonald's. The real money is being able to fix the machines that run the McDonald's.
Now let's keep it 100 because we all are entrepreneurs. We all got our own thing and our own hustles, man.
Right.
As an entrepreneur, I can't be mad at the owner when I saw the machine that was laying bricks. Yeah, you got a person that go to school to be a brick mason, and that's great, but you're laying X amount of bricks an hour, but that machine is laying 3 times that an hour. So for a business owner, and if I buy the technology, if I buy the machine, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. You're saying
it still won't be working.
Right.
Carlos, I ain't got time for that foolishness, bro, but it probably won't. But as a business owner, it made better sense for the business owner. They can get 3 times the productivity done at a fraction of the cost without all the back talk. And I remember watching Master P, and Master P say, well, I'm out of the music business. I'm into the product business because the product don't talk back to me.
Right.
The product don't get attitudes. The product don't say nothing. The product do whatever I tell it to do.
Right.
And so when you think about artificial intelligence when it comes to productivity, and I know some people argue the point and say, man, that's putting people out of jobs. Well, now you need to, just like the church that's doing 3-way calling, you need to step up. You need to educate yourself. You probably need to go back to school to start understand how to work on technology. Because when it comes to machines, I don't care what kind of machine they're gonna break down.
Now, and again, you know what? I'm glad you said that because this is going to segue into what we're going to talk about. Oh, Danny, were you finished with the news there?
We ran over, man. So I can keep it. We can keep it to next time.
All right. So again, what's in it for me? Okay, as Rico said earlier, again, we're all entrepreneurs. All right. Yes, we deal with the technology, and yes, we pay for whatever softwares that we need to fulfill what it is that we need for it to do the service that we bring to artists or so. But again, just because we may know you, and again, I'm not just saying just us. I'm just painting a scenario.
Okay.
If we're cool, and then I do work for you, that doesn't necessarily mean it's free. Okay, it goes back to the opportunist there. Just like, okay, I got what you need, but you would go pay somebody else than you would pay the person that you know. And then we can't do business like that. All right. I mean, yeah, I may bless you here and there, but the fact is we are entrepreneurs. We have a business to run. And again, I'm talking in general, so because it just seems like culturally, culturally we're all opportunists until we grow up and realize, hey, look, you know what? we need to value people's time, people's product.
Let me start,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna be as nice as I possibly can. I think I've gotten to that age, and maybe it's because of how long I've been in this business, how long, my experience, my background. I don't mind saying no. And some of y'all behind the scenes know I don't mind saying explicative no. You know what I mean? Because I've gotten to that point now that if you are wanting to ride my back and don't want to pay me for the ride, then I'm dumb for letting you get up there in the first place.
Right.
And you you're benefiting. Now, it's all right, to want to have a business, but you can't ride the back of another business and eat off that business when you have not made an investment.
Right.
If I go to Chick-fil-A and I want to sell Chick-fil-A sandwiches, I got to pay a franchise fee, and that's going to come with rules, regulations.
Correct.
It's going to come with a whole set of parameters of things that I can do and things that I can't do. Right. And for a whole lot of ways, Chick-fil-A is going to control my money to a degree because I'm using their name, and the thing is, it's hard being an entrepreneur, right? We get that. We know that it's hard. We know that you own a job, and we know this is very, very hard for people to make money right now. And you're trying to look for ways to make money. But the thing is you have to buy your way, right? Nobody, as a business owner, I'm not going to give you anything for free, and I'm not have nothing in it for me.
Correct.
Right. I like that title because, you got to be willing to give to that person that's allowing you to eat. And if you're not, it may not mean that you're a bad person. It may mean that you financially can't do that. So then we can't do nothing. Let's wait until you can get situated. Because I always say it to the fellas, I don't have no friends when it comes to business. Even my best friend, he's gone. We had to pay each other when I asked him to do something. I had to pay. When he asked me to do something, I just told you my first jingle, I got $2,000 from him. Right? My best friend. So we didn't do things for free. Because it's a principle, right? And so if you're not willing, and that's why a lot of you don't have businesses and you can't get your businesses going, right? You just got to be, and sometimes, man, like I worked for somebody, man, for 37 years that I worked on somebody else's job, and I was their slave, and I could not make money unless somebody else allowed me to make money. But I had to put myself in a position to be able to work for myself. And I had to make an investment in myself, and there's nothing wrong with waiting. But what I don't like is there's no business in friends, because just because we're friends and we got a great relationship and we have great conversation and we dap each other up, that, because I have a family I got to take care of, and that's why in a lot of ways I understand, and I'm keeping on the music tip, why a lot of CHH artists just wanted to go and do mainstream music, so they can get the pay style. It's some other things that come with that, because then you kind of jumping out of the frying pan into the fire because now these other people are going to own everything you own. But I said all that to say, you have to make an investment in yourself. And if you're not willing to pay for services, then
again,
let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a quick story.
Hold on, real quick. Again, I'm making reference to those that know you personally. Okay, like I say, they ain't talking about strangers, because strangers will pay for services, but those that know you personally
they won't.
Right. All right, go ahead, Vince.
Yeah. So let me say this first. We in a brainwashed society. Example: we'll go into a bank, go into whatever establishment, a branded establishment, and we give them the respect, the highest respect. You understand? They say bring in nine, 10 pieces of forms and say, hey, listen, why you want this money, or why why you want to make this withdrawal, so on and so forth. Bring this, bring that. We do it. We do it. For some reason, when it comes to one-on-one business of an independent business, with your artist or management or so on and so forth, that, for some reason it gets funny. You got excuses. You got reasons why you don't, hey, listen, you can't pay it, or reasons why you can't put the money out. And then on the back end, of course, what's in it for me, like Ron was saying. So let me tell you a story right quick. I got a friend of mine, he was a videographer, and he said, hey, listen, I bought the best equipment, I got the best cameras and so on and so forth. But his pastor didn't want to pay him for his services, So he quit, and his profession is plumbing. He's an independent contractor, so on and so forth. Now, mind you, his pastor didn't even want to pay for his plumbing services either, but he wanted to pay the outside guy. Now, this is the biggest turn off when it comes to the church setting. These relationships, whereas me, what I'm saying, hey, Pastor Rico, us and that, yeah, I do plumbing or I do videography, and then he turns around and says, hey, listen, could you do this for the church, in the name of the Lord, and so on and so forth. Now,
they say that, boy, do this for the church. You do this for the church.
Down in the church, you understand, whether it's the AC or whatever, so on and so forth, they go right outside and pay a professional service full.
They don't give them a break.
No break.
Knock them over the head because they know they got the money.
So,
and they pay it.
You're right. So Rico is right. You know what I'm saying? Some artists out here, you got it twisted. You understand? If you're gonna pay a professional service or somebody who's branded, I'm gonna go back to Walmart because we stay up in that piece. You understand? I do. Everybody does. You understand? I guarantee you do not walk out that door.
And even if you as an artist, may have pay for a feature or a person who was maybe hot back in the day, to rock with you. Yeah, he gonna get his money. So yeah, all right. Well, hey, we expect to get our money too. It is what it is.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I have seen so many artists that will pay through the nose for a feature.
Yes,
but then won't pay their mix engineer, won't pay their promotions people. Don't have a promotion budget. No. And then they wonder why they get on Facebook and only 10 people like their YouTube video. Well, that's because you didn't do this like you were supposed to. You thought that feature was going to get you a lot of fans, but it goes back to that old philosophical saying: if a tree falls in the forest and nobody is around, does it make a sound? Well, here's the thing with your track: if your track is playing out in the middle of a desert and nobody's there to know about it, is it a hit? Nobody knows. And if you can't pay for somebody to actually be exposed, whatever it is, if it's your music, whether I see some comedians on here, if it's your shows, your DVDs, I don't care if you're a DJ and you want to have a set and you want to have a mixtape or whatever, if nobody knows who you are and nobody knows that exactly Will. Yeah. And I'm getting to that too. I'm getting to that too, Will. If nobody knows who you are, nobody's gonna care. There it is, Carlos. I mean, and the thing about features is this. Hiring somebody to do a feature is almost like hiring an A-level producer. Once I get my money up front, I'm on to the next. I'm not gonna help you promote your stuff. That's your job. You go out. I remember back in the day, and I'm pretty sure they charge a lot more. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis were the ones that I tried to mimic everything. In high school, I used to try to dress like them. I used to steal my granddaddy's fedoras and his trench coat. And you know what I mean? But back in the 80s, they were $1 million to produce your record. And they split it between the two of them because, $500 for Terry, $500 for Jimmy. But guess what? Once they produce your record, they weren't getting out there and promoting your record. They weren't gonna get out there and shop your record and take it here and take it unless it was their label.
Right. Just for the service.
You know what I mean? You paying me just to be here. Break your record. This is just what and here's the trick. And I'm gonna shut up because I'm getting I got my spray here. A featured artist is only famous because they have a marketing and promotions team that's pushing them already. And they're pushing them because they're pushing the interest of whatever company that they're signed to. So guess what? If you're not signed to that same label that they're signed to, they have no responsibility to push your project. So you're just paying for them to be on there. And the responsibility of marketing and promotion falls on you.
Hey,
and unless that person is super, super hot, the only person I can say that you can put on your record and it's going to get automatic traffic is probably Kanye, which is a good, if you got a record with Kanye and he'll tweet it, you'll get a lot of followers.
Yeah.
Most people, unless it's J. Cole is hot, Kendrick is hot. But if that artist they don't have that caliber of star power, you're gonna need to put some money on promotion. You know what I mean? So you kind of dumb for spending a lot of money on a feature. So I'd rather get a okay, even if it's an underground artist, they got good bars,
right? And
take the bulk of my money and put it towards marketing and promotion. If y'all don't realize that marketing and promotion, I just got the phone with somebody before the show started. Like marketing and promotion is like very, very important because we in the independent world, you don't have access to get on the platforms like the NFL commercials and stuff like that. Those commercials like $1.5 million for 30 seconds. So if you're not getting that kind of money, it's very hard to get your product, man, into the masses like that. You actually have to find other channels, and marketing and promotion it's a part of your budget to where it's going to take a period of time. Like marketing and promotion is not something that you're going to see a return on as soon as you pay it.
No,
because when it comes to marketing and promotions, people have to see consistency. Like, and I use this example as an insurance agent. I would go out and I would sit at this doctor's office, and I sat at this doctor's office for a whole year before people actually started coming to me to do stuff, because people wanted to watch me. They wanted to see me be consistent. They want to have conversations with me to see how I talk. It's just like marketing and promotions. When people see you all the time, I just told another guy on Friday, and I met with him, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. Everybody is calling everybody's phone every day trying to get them to buy something. That's why you have those scam likely calls. You probably blocking them, I'm blocking. People don't want to be sold anything. People want to buy from people they can connect to. And that's marketing and promotions. And when you spend money for marketing and promotions, that's why we keep saying you have to have a budget. You don't do it for a week or two and you stop. Your marketing and promotion is ongoing. If you're going to be selling product ongoing, you need to have marketing. Because the hardest thing is when you build up a little momentum with marketing and promotions and you stop, you fall all the way back down again, and you got to start back over again to get that momentum. It's going to take you, because it's going to take you at least a year, 2 years to have that momentum where people are seeing you. So you got to just go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying, if y'all got any questions or comments, feel free. All right. Hey, again, we got 10 minutes here. We want to thank y'all so much for joining us. Again, the Music Industry Makeover. Come on every Thursday night at 9 p.m. right here. And again, we're here teaching you things. Again, we're not going to do it for you, but I'm not going to give you everything. But, we will give you little nuggets here and there for you to definitely think on. And, hey, if you want to get in contact with us, go to our website, musicindustrymakeover.com. All right.
Let me say this real quick. Yeah, Rico is on point. As far as momentum is concerned, a lot of artists have this misconception if they pay a publicist that, in other words, they're going to get connected to a A-list artist. That is not true. That is not guaranteed. You're going to get connected to an A-list artist, because all that is based on what? Relationship. So that being said, suppose if your sales are in the toilet, you understand? That publicist is not going to take you to a Jay or Beyonce or somebody known to say, hey, listen, I need a feature on this track, or I need a producer on this track. that means you got to get out there. You got to put in more work to build that fan base. Bottom line. So you can continue paying that publicist $12,000 a week. You know, that's your God-given right. You know what I'm saying? But that can go toward marketing, like these brothers are saying.
I like what nice one, Vince. I like what Marlon says. One mistake a lot of people make when bringing in features it is not getting a clearance from the features label, from the record label.
That's absolutely right, because what winds up happening is what we talk about all the time is what record companies are. They're businesses that don't necessarily have the interests of their artists. So guess what? The artists are out here having to hustle when it's not their time. And when it's not their time to have their record out, they got to eat too. So they're out here hustling. So that 25 grand that you just spent for a B-list or a C-list rapper to be on your project, record company might not even know about. And then guess what happens?
That money, you're gonna have to get you an attorney. So that 25 grand gonna go to legal fees.
That's right, because what's gonna happen? You put that out, you know, and they sign to Universal or they sign to Sony, you're gonna get a knock on your door. We need you to pull all of that. But I don't have the money. I don't have the money. No. You don't understand. We need you to pull all of that today.
And because artists are out here hustling, they're not gonna go through the red tape when they're trying to get money right now. So you know when an artist is signed, if they are the property, and I'm just
it is what it is.
I'm just saying it.
Speak on it.
They are the property of that contract, and whoever owns that contract owns that artist.
That's
right. So when the artist come and take that money from you, even if they say, "Yeah, man, it's dope," you ain't if he's on Interscope or whatever, and if you haven't had a sign off from Interscope, you open yourself a liability. And an artist may not tell you that because they need that $5,000 or $10,000. That's why a lot of songs get done and they don't ever get released.
Right.
Wow.
Because there's a whole other level of check-offs they gotta come through, approvals that
Rico knows this, and I'm and maybe Vince and Ron are familiar with this. Back in the early 90s, technique that they used to do, like when Jodeci was really hot, or when Boys and Men was really, really hot, if they saw a group that reminded them of Jodeci that might have been able to outsell Jodeci, they would sign that group and then shelve them for 7 years.
Oh yeah.
Why? To get rid of the competition. So,
they still do that.
They still do that. So guess what? You get a feature with an artist, and you just so happen that you blow him up. You blow him or her. You blow them up on their own track.
I could see you guys need to watch Rough Riders, the Chronicle of Rough Riders.
I gotta
watch it now. Now you gotta watch it.
Put it on the list, because the bottom line is that when you walk into that and you don't have a clear understanding of what marketing and promotions is, you walk into that and you have just thrown money to the wind. And not only and the record companies will do one of these numbers. They say, "Hey, yeah, we'll sign you. We'll give you $1,000 advance. Hey, now I'm signed to Sony. Guess what? Your water's cut. Where is it? Where is it? Your lights is out.
Your lights. Yeah,
for $1,000, and you
can't do nothing.
And you can't do a thing about it.
Even if you want to,
gotta go change your name and go make up another name to do your musical bundle.
Legally.
And run all your vocals through a vocoder so you can disguise your voice.
Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. Again, this is the reality. That's why you, as an independent artist, if you are watching or a comedian or whatever it is that you do, you have the opportunity to do something great. You have the power within your hands. You just got to put in the work. That's all.
The thing is, I think if you're listening, you don't need 100,000 people to follow you. Focus your attention on 1,000 people, right. One person at a time. 1,000 people, if you really get out and talk to the person, get to know them, build a relationship, because a lot of you guys are very, very poor at building a relationship with your fans. You're poor at really building relationships with people. You know, if you come across as I only want you for something, the chances are that nobody don't want to have nothing to do with you.
Right.
If you come across, even if that's all that you want to do, you gotta, just like a woman, if you take a woman on a date, first time you meet her, and you trying to take her straight to the bedroom and start taking off your clothes, if she's a decent woman, she ain't gonna have nothing to do with you.
No.
The music business is built around relationship. So that same concept, you have to do that with your fans. That means responding to people that message you in your inbox. If they ask you about a song, take that 5 minutes, man, and say, yeah, you know, I wrote this, blah, blah, blah. Because that one person can talk to 5 people. You know, we deal with a lot of referrals in my business. One person can refer you to 4 or 5 people. So you take that 5 minutes to talk to that one fan, you know, to spend an extra minute, because if they really see that you're a right person, they'll go around and tell everybody about you. And now you got that one person.
Good,
but what happens is you guys try to look at the big arenas. Stop looking at the big arenas. Because we're trying to show you, man, how to get real money, and your money won't go anywhere. That's why you have a lot of people that have fans. Like, regardless of what you say about Kanye, Kanye got fans.
Very smart, brother.
Kanye got fans. Regardless of, we can say he bipolar, we can say he crazy, or he one foot in the chair. On the aspect of fans, you know, he has fans. You can have fans. And when you have fans, it don't matter what type of music you do. It don't matter what ideas you have. You may have an idea that won't work in a pool of other somebody that's a fan base, but it just may work with your own fans because of you building your fan. So think one fan at a time. Not so many.
And, yeah, go ahead.
One last thing, and this probably could lead to a whole nother show too. But when you think of the music business and you see $6 billion industry, you run the risk of thinking that this is a gigantic industry and there's so many people and this, that. No. The industry is very, very, very small. So guess what? If you try to rip off one person, that person has already talked to their circle if they're actually in the business. Right. And so you have the inner business, and then you have the outer realm of the business. And guess what? That outer realm is small too. You know what I mean? So you're thinking that, oh, I'm gonna get away with this because, you know, I stole this beat, and now, you know, they ain't gonna know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go sign with this company over here. Well, guess what? We all talk. So bottom line, do it right. Get it together. Get your team together. If you're spending $500 on studio time, spend $500 on your marketing and promotion. Pay your people. Pay your people on time. Because guess what? The streets is talking.
The streets are talking. Go ahead, man.
I'm gonna say this real quick before we go. As far Rico is right, as far as don't look at. See, a lot of us look at the big picture. You understand? We look at the media always projecting, or they expose the end or the success of the individual. They never talk about what's in between, or you know, how that works in between. So that's why we get it confused. And when local artists come and say, "Hey, listen, I want to be like that," and so on and so forth, you gotta learn what's in between that. Just learn what's in between that and leave it there.
Yeah.
And I say you treat your marketing and promotions, man, like you treat a life insurance policy.
There you go.
Now let me explain that.
That's good. That's good.
When your insurance, your life insurance policy, you know that you're gonna make that payment every month. That's why you're supposed to have a premium amount that you can afford that is not in competition with your light bill or your car note. It's the amount of money that you don't worry about missing every month. Marketing and promotion, if you're in the music business or any type of business that you have, it's ongoing. It's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. So you need to you start at a budget and you increase the budget as you begin to get more, right? You don't do it for 1 or 2 months, you know, because then what happens, it takes a while for that traction to happen. I know I'm being repetitive because I'm trying to tell you something, because when you go and you pay something for marketing and promotions for 2 months, you ain't going to see nothing going to happen in 2 months. It's just not. You may see a few likes.
Right.
You may see a few people added. But marketing promotions, it takes at least 12 months to 18 months for you to see traction, what you do.
Go ahead. Yeah.
That's right.
Facts.
Hey, it's again, how bad do you want it, guys? All right. Again, how bad do you want it? And that's the most expensive part in any business in the music industry is marketing and promotions. Bottom line, a lot more. Imagine the businesses that spend on marketing and promotions than they actually take in. Okay, but because they want to stay on the minds of the consumer, because things are always changing. And yes, you want your music on the minds of the consumers out there so that they can stream your music or buy your music or buy your products. You are a business. As an artist, you are a business yourself. Whether you want to believe it or not, you are an actual business. So start treating yourself like one. All right. Well, cool. Well, hey, look, we want to thank y'all so much. Make sure you go and follow us on Instagram. Yeah, follow me on Instagram at RonnieRon2K, but go check us out, musicindustrymakeover.com. We want to definitely start bringing some other guests on as well too that been in the industry, like my man Marlon Nichols there. We almost had him a while back, and so hopefully we can get it going on. And don't forget, In the Box tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 9:00. Yes, you don't want to miss out on that. It's an awesome show, as well as Just Life on Sundays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. All right. Hey, any last words starting with you, Vince? Go ahead.
Yeah, look out for Madden 2K.
Yes.
So and Danny is pushing that. The registration is out. Get it together. Look for it's going to be on on the website. We're going to be advertising Madden 2K.
See, we've been professional this entire time.
There you go.
I knew as soon as Rico put them earbuds out, it was going to go left.
Proceeds go to Music Cares.
Is it still in the plastic?
Organization. Right.
Is it still in the plastic, Rico?
Do it look like it's in the plastic?
It does look like it's still in the plastic,
No,
actually.
it's not
I'm just saying.
It's not in the plastic.
If you're out there, if you are good in Madden, we are having this tournament, okay? And
we got a special prize for the winner. We got a special prize for the winner. Don't forget your merch, the hats, and shirts, fellas.
And we'll start promoting it by next week or so for us with all the information, how you can sign up and things like that, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I've been playing Madden 21, man. I want to say, man, and people talking about how it's not. I mean, it's dope to me, But hey, man, I hope you got it. It's gonna be great, man.
It's probably dope to you when you're playing the computer on rookie. On the rookie, playing on the rookie league.
He was waiting for that shot, bro.
Hey, so is it Xbox and PlayStation, right?
We have an Xbox bracket. We're gonna have an Xbox champion and a PS4 champion.
Okay. Yes. So again, guys, all you Madden players out there, bring your A game, Music Industry Makeover, and again, and the proceeds are going to go to Music Cares, right? Vince?
Absolutely.
Danny, yes. Awesome.
Yeah,
so
Music Cares.
Music Cares. So all right. Well, hey, again, God bless y'all. Danny, go ahead. Any last words?
No, I'm good. Just
don't be slick with it.
No, I'm good, man. I got it all out my system.
All right. Okay.
I'm good, and just keep on the lookout, man. We're doing some great things, and we're here for y'all. We're here for the independent artists, independent content creators, man. Just keep on the lookout. Keep your eye on us.
Yes.
We already put the registration, man, as well. So don't you got it where you can flash it, run? Get to flash it?
I never got it.
Okay, so yeah. All right.
So
but if you go to my page on Facebook, the registration is there, and then we'll make sure we start kind of posting it up and so that you can have it. All of our covers supposed to have the Madden on there so that you can go to our profiles and look at it. But we're going to be flashing it for you so you can know where to register. So it's a quick form. You fill it out, send it to us, and we have it for you.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you. Yep. All right. Hey, any last words, Rico, or that was it? Okay. All right. Well, hey, guys, thank y'all so much. Remember, you matter in the kingdom of God, so don't compare yourself or your ministry to anyone else out there. Just do what God's called you to do, and you'll be just fine. All right. Be safe out there, and we'll see you next week, Lord's willing. Peace.